What's up, everybody? My name is Dell. This is Dell on Movies, and today I have another haul. About a month ago, I did a big haul for Ed McKay's. Wasn't planning on doing another haul, but a subscriber hit me up and said they had some things for me, so I had to do a whole video. And I'm going to start with other things first, but I'm going to get to that. I'm going to definitely get to what a subscriber sent to me, and but the rest of the stuff, pretty good stuff, kind of all over the place. First places I'm going to start with is the stuff I got for Amazon for the three 4Ks for $33 sale, three for 33. A lot of collectors were going crazy over that. Some of you guys I saw out there buying 3, 6, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 titles. I didn't do all that. I just have three. I bought three. Let's say that. I have two. One of them is not coming for a little while, another week or two, I think. So I wanted to do the video, so I'll show off the first two of those titles. And the first one is a title that I actually have on Blu-ray, so it would be an upgrade, or I think I have on Blu-ray. Let me put it that way, because I had it. I cannot find it anywhere. I don't know where it went to, and I don't loan movies out, so nobody I know even uses Blu-rays anymore, or DVDs, or anything like that. Nobody I know in real life. Um, so I just got it for cheap on the sale, and that is Clockwork Orange, iconic movie from Stanley Kubrick, classic performance from Malcolm McDowell. The other movie, or the second of the three, even though I don't have the third, that is Joker 2 or Joker Dolly of Foe. I think that's how you say it. I'm just kind of guessing. But anyway, Joker 2. I actually like this movie better than most people. It's not a masterpiece. I get it. It's not great. Not gonna make my top 10 of the year or anything from last year. I appreciated it. So I will definitely give it a look again. I happen to be in Dollar General with my lovely wife, and while she was off looking for one thing, and really sent me to look for something else, and I have to wander by the movie section on the way. There was only one thing there that I wanted, and going back to that last haul of the video that I made, um, I bought a movie called Hard Lessons, and that starred Denzel Washington. And I noted that, you know what, one of the things I'm going to be doing when I go out is I'm just looking for Denzel movies that I don't have. And this was one that I didn't have. So I grabbed this one up. I've seen it, but it's been a really long time. So it is time for a rewatch. And that is Courage Under Fire. Definitely a young Denzel right there. And I'm looking down, trying to make sure the glare is not too bad right there. Next, I went to Walmart for a couple of titles. The first one is one that I had seen only a couple times on DVD, actually, around, when on my rounds, as I make my rounds. Never seen it on Blu-ray anywhere. And then suddenly at Walmart, it just pops up on the shelf on Blu-ray. So I had to get it. One of my favorite comedies of its era, and that is Major Payne, starring Damon Wayans. For my money, this is probably the best movie he made, or at least the best one that he was the lead character for. Um, so very happy to find that. I think they had it on sale for like $9, $10. And the other one is adding to that Batman collection back there, the superhero collection. And this one is a sequel to Batman Ninja. And it is Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League. And I am looking forward to seeing this because I really did like Batman Ninja. Love the anime stylings on it. And I hope that continues for this. It looks like it will. Last place that I went to for movies was this place is about 3 minutes from my house. It's called Secondhand Vintage. It only opens on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So from 12 to 5. So it's only open those 5 hours, those 3 days, so 15 hours a week. And it is they have this big, you go in the back, they got this big giant wall. They got this wall that's maybe I want to say 50 feet across, and you got like three shelves, and it's CDs right, first part of the wall, and then DVDs just almost all the way to the end, and then a little bitty section of Blu-rays. So with that, I started the Blu-ray section because that is the thing I'm most interested in. I found two things in the Blu-rays. Now they have the Blu-rays $2 each here, and the first one I found was Jet Li Tai Chi Master, and The next thing is a steelbook that I had been looking for. Not well, let me rephrase that. I haven't been looking for. I had been seeing this steelbook for years at Big Lots. Never even seen this movie. But it was always $5 at Big Lots. And I never picked it up because it was always something else I wanted a little bit more whenever I went to Big Lots. So I decided I was going to get it from Big Lots, and then Big Lots disappeared, and the movie wasn't there when they were doing their closeout. Movie wasn't there. Found it over here, secondhand vintage for $2, and that is the Zoolander Steelbook. So I've never seen Zoolander, so any future guests for movie swap, yes, if you can recommend that because I've never seen it. The rest of what I got from secondhand vintage is all DVD, but these are some really interesting finds and some really good bargains. I'm going to start with the first one is a really interesting find. I've seen this on DVD at lots of pawn shops, thrift shops, Goodwills, all that kind of thing, but it's usually very beat up. The discs are usually really beat up. And in this case, the disc is in pretty good condition. So I picked up Introducing Dorothy Dandridge, played by Halle Berry, playing the lead role, I should say. One of her best performances of her career. Um, I'm not a huge fan of her acting. I think she's pretty up and down, but here I thought she was excellent. And if you don't know Dorothy Dandridge, first Black woman to get a lead actress Oscar nomination back in the 50s for her role in Carmen Jones, which is an outstanding movie, which I also have. It's a movie that I had never heard of. And I had to pick it up given the people who are in the movie. This is Anna Lucasta, and it stars Eartha Kitt and Sammy Davis Jr. I have no clue what this movie's about or anything. I looked at the disc; it looked great, and I couldn't pass this up. I don't know if this is ever going to make it to Blu-ray or almost certainly not to 4K. So I'm pretty happy to have this one. And another one that I've never seen anywhere. I've heard of this movie, but I've never seen it anywhere. I've never seen the movie, like watched it, and the disc I've definitely never seen out. Never seen a DVD of it anywhere. And if you look up lists of the greatest black movies of all times, this usually makes the list somewhere. And I'm very curious to see why, and I'm very happy to have my hands on it. And it's the simplest title in the world. It is called Black Girl. So it's an early 70s film, and I'm definitely gonna give this a watch sooner rather than later to see what the hype is. And I know you're saying hype, and you've probably never even heard of this movie, but it's hype for me because I do occasionally look up lists of greatest black movies, and this is almost always on those lists, especially if the list is to 100, right? Next one is not even a movie. This is not a TV series. This is music videos. And this is my favorite musician of all time, Mr. Prince Rogers Nelson, better known as just Prince. And this is the Hits Collection. Now on the front, there's a picture of him, but there is no actual writing to tell you that's what this is. You got to go to the spine and you got to go to the back. And these are all music videos, not all of his music videos, but some of his more iconic ones. I'm moving it closer just so you can get a good look at it. Some really great ones here. Some a little bit lesser known for most people, such as uh, I want to be your love. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen that as a video. I know I've seen it, but I don't know if it's a video. And Alphabet Street is another one. Not as many people know. You know, it's a great song. Uptown, also a great song. Not many people really know about unless you're just a Prince fan. And so that'll be something that I can throw on while I'm doing work, getting ready, while I have my work on a laptop where I'm either editing or I'm doing something for my job, and that can be just on in the background, and I can be having a blast. Uh, Next thing is we're going into that hero collection again. We're adding to it. Um, I hope people liked my video that I did about my superhero collection. I'll forget that. Let's go. So it is Legion of Superheroes, Volume 2. Um, I don't know. Well, I'm pretty sure I've never seen an episode of this. Um, I've never seen I've never seen this out anywhere. So, and let alone volume one. I don't know if I'll come across volume one out in the wild. I may just have to find it on eBay or something like that. We're gonna find out. The last thing that I got from secondhand vintage is, well, there are three things actually, and this is bang for your buck, out of this world. And let me just going into the pricing for secondhand vintage. All DVDs are $1. All movies, if it's a single thing like what I just showed you, it's $1. Blu-rays $2. And then they had this sign that had that on there. Then it said TV series as marked. So I looked on these things, and there's no sticker, no mark, no anything. Just says promo on it. And this is a sticker that you see during the during Black Friday at like Walmart, or used to be Best Buy, and they'd have that promo sticker on there, right? Because it's specially priced. And that's what all of these have. So I picked them up hoping to see what they cost. And they are the Flash. Let's go over here. Here you go. Flash, the first season, complete first season, the complete second season, and the complete third season. And I have not had any of these. And if you can tell here, I'm pretty sure you can now. These are all factory sealed. And I didn't know, again, what they were going to tell me when I took these up to the counter. And the young lady, she looks at them and she's going through the rest of my stuff. She's like, okay, dollar, $2, whatever. She gets to these and she goes, DVDs are dollars. Yeah. She goes, but these are TV, this is a TV series, so I'm gonna have to charge you $2 for these. I couldn't say yes fast enough. I could have I was, yeah, I'm sure I had a grin on my face from ear to ear. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And quickly, shelled out $2 each for those, and sealed from the factory. So now I'm officially on the path to collecting the entire series of Flash. Hopefully I got as good of luck with the rest of the series, but this is a great start. Last, but most important, is this package that I got from a subscriber. So the subscriber is Smirk80Eight. Big shout out to Smirk. He's been a subscriber for a long time. Shows up in my live streams from time to time, and I really enjoy interacting with him. I've seen him in other people's live streams when I'm just watching someone else's live. We interacted that way sometimes. And I had a contest a little while back where I was giving away a copy of the Criterion Collection Blu-ray of The Big Chill. He didn't win. Somebody else won. They never got in contact with me. So I redid the contest, drew again. Somebody else won. Didn't get in contact with me. I said, okay, fine. I know Smirk was in the contest. I know he expressed some interest in it. So I DM Smirk and I said, hey, Smirk, are you interested in the Big Chill still? He said, yeah. So I sent them the Big Chill. Um, 2 months go by because, like I said, this was a couple months back, and he DMs me and says, "Hey, I'm just checking to make sure that the address that I have is a good address." And I said, "Yeah, it's a good address." And he said, "Okay, I've got some stuff coming to you." And I was like, "Okay, well, send it on." And he gave me the green light. He said, "Hey, if you want to keep it for the collection, keep it. If you want to give it away, sell it, whatever it is, that's fine." I said, "Okay." I really appreciate it. And again, I'm saying it now for real, not just telling you that I said it then, but I do really appreciate it. Here is the box. And no, it's not from Amazon Prime. Not from Amazon Prime. He just repurposed the box. And I opened it prior to starting recording, prior to recording, just so I wouldn't have to spend a lot of time trying to get into it while I was recording. And first thing I saw when I popped open this box is this right here, covering everything. So really do that is a very nice touch. I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get into what's actually under here in the box. And we're gonna go, just gonna go straight down the line. He actually had it packed vertically, which I appreciate because I can see all the spines that way. And the first thing is a movie that I've never seen in full. I've seen bits and pieces of it back when I was really young, right? I was, this had to be, I was a teenager when it came out, early teens at that. Um, And for whatever reason, I just never got back to it. So this is a perfect excuse to get back to it because it stars Gene Wilder and Gilda Radner. How could you not want to watch that? Dom DeLuise also, and that is Haunted Honeymoon. So yeah, I'm gonna be watching Haunted Honeymoon. I really am looking forward to this movie. Like I said, I saw bits and pieces as a kid, so no idea what else, what really is happening in this movie. This next one, ooh, forget that voice change. But this one is The Librarians. This is a TV show, TV series. I want to say this was Netflix. I think this was Netflix. Not 100% sure. My daughter was actually into The Librarians. Um, I think she finished it, and I wasn't watching with her, but every now and again I would catch an episode or two. So I'm familiar with the show, and it was pretty good from what I was watching, but I just never like fully got into it. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this one because it's just season two. So this one may be finding a different home for someone who's gonna love it, care for it, and watch it. The next one is a movie that I have never heard of. Uh, and this movie is, well, looking on the cover, I like one of the two people in there a lot, and the other one I'm not a big fan of, don't really care for, but he's not a deal breaker. That is Anna Headley, who I really like, Sam Worthington, who I don't care much for. And the movie is Nine Bullets, so it looks very interesting. So it's definitely something I want to check out, if nothing else, but for Anna, here she is, Anna Headley. So we will Hetty. I'm mispronouncing her name, Anna Hetty. But yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing what Nine Bullets is all about. I don't know. I'm gonna put it up here on the screen. So if you want to pause it and read it, that is perfectly fine. And guys, I'm not gonna read it out to you. I'm old. So what happens is I do have in contacts. I'm not wearing glasses like I do in a lot of videos. But the contacts I have, they allow me to see everything out there clearly, but you put it right in front of my face, it's blurry. So that, that hey, we're there. But the next movie is another movie I had never heard of. Um, I thought I had heard of it because I looked at the spine, and it is called The Brave One. And when I saw that, I was thinking of another movie that I actually own. I was thinking of this movie, which stars Jodie Foster, and this is basically Death Wish starring a woman. And pretty solid movie, but that's not this. I'm not sure what is going on. It looks like a Western, and this is, again, The Brave One. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on. Very curious here. Again, just going to give you guys a chance to check it out, see what's going on there. If you want to pause, um, yeah, I'm that's definitely a keeper because I don't know what it is, so I got to check it out. Right. Next is a TV series that I actually do own the entire series, but this is Superman the animated series, volume two. So yeah, this one is in really good condition. But like I said, I do have this entire series on Blu-ray. So this one, I'm gonna make sure this one finds another home. Uh, Next up, I'm grabbing is I know this is a Western. I have seen this movie, but I haven't seen this movie. So let me explain what that means. I saw this movie. I know I saw this movie when I was a kid, and I mean like a really young kid. Um, I know that because I used to spent a lot of time with my grandfather, and my grandfather loves westerns. He was a fan of John Wayne, and this John Wayne was on my TV all the time. So I know I saw this movie. I have no idea what's happening in this movie because I haven't seen it since then. But this is McClintock, so I will check it out. Uh, Given, we know a lot of things about John Wayne that were pretty unsavory. Um, all that said, I've of the movies of his that I've seen as an adult and remember, because all the ones I saw as a kid I don't remember, but all the ones that I've seen as an adult and can remember, they've been pretty good movies. So hopefully this will be an experience like that, and it's a pretty famous Western. A lot of people say one of his best. At least I think they do. So I'm looking forward to it. and I'm kind of peeking over into the box to see what else is here. And this one is a movie that I also have, but I'm still going to keep this. Let me explain. It is Rambo Last Blood, the last of the Rambo movies. This is a 4K steelbook of said Rambo movie. Pretty awesome looking. I don't know if I've ever seen this steelbook anywhere. Um, I'm sure if you're a collector like me, you probably going, you never seen that one. What's wrong with you? But anyway, I had never seen this one. I have seen the movie. Pretty solid finale for the Rambo series, and not. I think it got bashed, but I think it's because the Rambo formula and the Rambo politics are have worn thin or through the years, right? But it was still a pretty fun franchise, and I enjoyed the movie. I know it's got issues. Now, why am I keeping this? I'm keeping this because the version that I have is still 4K, but it is a standard edition, and I cannot pass up a steelbook. So I'm going to keep the steelbook, get rid of the standard edition. And that brings me to this movie. This is Night and Day with Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz. Um, I had fun watching this movie. It wasn't the greatest movie in the world, but I had fun. And my wife and I sometimes we just say, "You want to watch an action movie?" So this will fit the bill. So Night and Day works for me pretty good. And as I'm holding this, guys, this is a pretty heavy Blu-ray. And so I'm going to open it up to see why it's so heavy because it's pretty standard casing. And I've found out immediately why. All right, so here's why. Yeah, we got all this little paper stuff on this side. That's not why. Here's why. A, it's got a Blu-ray in here. B, flip that tray. It's got a DVD. And then over here, it's got another disc here. It's a third disc. This is the disc, physical digital copies. Say that fast. Physical digital copy of Night and Day. So we don't get the physical digital copies anymore. Um, so that's why that's so heavy. That was interesting. So this is definitely from the first era of Blu-ray. And this last movie is one I'm not really familiar with either. I've not heard of this movie, but I'm going to definitely give it a watch because the man standing in the center on on the cover here is an amazing action hero. And the movie is called Dead Mind. If you watch any Asian cinema, any Asian action flicks, that is, about that man. He has done some outstanding films and outstanding scenes in those films. So I'm really looking forward to Dead Mind. Smirk, thank you once again. Appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Hopefully you'll keep watching these videos, and hopefully some more people are watching these videos. And if that includes you who are watching it now, thank you for hanging out with me. And if you've been here before, thanks for hanging out with me again. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Bye.